Welcome to the Exit Strategy, your no bullshit guide to divorce with the experienced attorneys from New Direction Family Law. Unfiltered discussions to help you move from victim to victorious and from bitter to better.
Hi, everyone. It's Elizabeth Stephenson with New Direction Family Law.
And attorney Sarah Hink, Elizabeth's law partner at New Direction Family Law.
I'm partner in crime. I don't think we have any outstanding warrants out there, but
No,
Not yet.
although if you call, they will not tell you if you do.
If you do.
The only way to find out is to go to the detention center. It's a trap, though. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Well,
Stay away.
You
Sorry.
know, I have been in court like almost every day. I think it's January.
It's a lot of court.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of court. Everybody's been in court.
Everyone's been busy.
So what do we want to chat about today, Jen? That has to do with court.
Hi, I'm Jen. Not an attorney, but or have any warrants that I'm aware of. We are going to talk about some do's and don'ts of court, and they may seem very basic and like common sense, but as we know, not everyone was blessed with common sense.
No.
So we're just gonna go through some things that we see pretty commonly, or that you guys see pretty commonly, just to help some folks out that again might seem like should be known. But
I will say, court can be scary if you think about it,
It
especially if
is.
you're
Oh,
going there with
absolutely.
like your children on the line, your finances
is
on the
scary.
line. That is like terrifying.
I tell a client, like, if you're not scared and nervous, that worries me more than if
Yeah.
you are, because you should be.
yeah,
I always have to check myself because we go to court so often.
Right.
It's like,
Sort of
every other
blasé
day for
us, I
us.
know.
it is very intimidating. I mean, I just went up to watch one of our attorneys, Chris Hicks, in a trial and with a jury trial, and I was nervous just walking in, and I hadn't done anything wrong, nor
Yeah.
was
I
I
know,
like on the stand.
I
You know,
know. But it's like,
so
here's one don't. I could start that on our list, but
that's okay. Bonus.
getting off the elevator to down the fifth floor, which is civil domestic
Mhm.
violence, or domestic violence court is. And then I went up to down to child support in custody, and this woman has a pair of like running shorts on, flip-flops, and a tank top
Yeah.
walking into the courtroom. It's like, man, don't do that.
Don't do
That
that.
is on our list. Do wear appropriate attire. That is on our list. That's a
Yeah.
do.
And you think, and I'm like, whatever anybody wants to wear what you want to wear, but you got to go in there making a good impression. You don't have to wear a suit or business attire, but put on a pair of slacks or,
Yeah.
a
That is-
nice dress.
It
or
is good advice, but I was in child support enforcement this morning, so
Yeah.
also on the fifth
Yeah.
floor. And, there's a lot of low income people there, and you see
I
a lot of that
understand that.
attire. So it's kind of like, then I look at everyone and I'm like, gosh, I hate that we're all here today. I hate these people are having to be here today. They're missing work to be here.
Right,
The
and
case
I
gets
get it.
continued.
I'm just saying that I
If you're-
get it, but
yeah.
from a judge's perspective, I mean, you want to go in there looking as best you can.
Especially you can afford an
afford an
attorney.
attorney. That's
so
right.
You can
So-
probably afford some slacks.
So that's just all. And then don't wear take your hat off.
Take your hat off.
Don't
Be
have-
respectful.
Well, but if the bailiff tells you to take your hat off or turn your phone off, take your hat off and turn your phone off,
Mhm.
kind of thing. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's all.
And it is a little bit like TV. There's not a jury most of the time with the cases we do.
No. It's
But
what we call a bench trial.
it's a bench
So
trial. Judge Judy.
Judge Judy, Judge so-and-so is sitting up there in a black robe, and that's the only person that
Matters.
has any say-so in that whole courtroom.
Yep.
So you smile and you say, yes, sir, no, ma'am,
You do not
Uh,
interrupt them.
you do not.
Lord have mercy. I cannot interrupt them. No, you do not want to.
So have you, I'm sure you guys have seen, have you guys ever had any clients or opposing parties that have interrupted the judge? And if so, how did that go?
Yes.
Well,
All the above. I've probably done it once or twice.
I try not to, but I do every now and then. But clients will just go, hell yeah, they'll just go off.
Yeah.
And some judges are very patient. I was in court, and evidently this very seasoned judge knew this person,
hmm
knew he was crazy as he could be. So she let him go on and on a little bit. And then finally it's like bailiffs come in, grab him, put him down the hall. You can hear him screaming, yelling. She clears the courtroom, brings him back in, sends him to jail. That's what can happen.
Yeah.
What do you guys do whenever your client, do you just like cringe, but like stone face, but just inside you're just cringing, like, no, please stop, if
stop.
it's your client, especially?
Or either you're talking or like you're in closing, or the judge is giving the ruling, and then your client starts talking to you, or starts wanting to talk to the judge, and you just go,
Yeah. You just tell them to stop.
Stop.
I always give my client a pad of
pad paper.
paper and pen. I'm just write it down. write it down.
But don't write it furiously.
Because during the trial, you have to understand that we're listening to the witness on the stand. We're listening to the opposing counsel, what questions they're asking. So if you're in my ear telling me things, I can't listen to like 3+ people at one time.
Right, and you're
I'm gonna
watching the
miss
judge
something.
to see what their expression is, it's
Write it
like
down.
that, right. And then you're trying to figure out what your exhibits are. Write it down.
Keep your
right.
face in check.
That's right. We'll get
Just
to
remind
it.
myself. Get more Botox.
Yeah.
Freeze it.
Just freeze it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that leads beautifully into one of our don'ts is don't lose control of your emotions. And that includes facial expressions, eye rolling, sighing, like, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you want to make sure that you're authentic. So if you are, talking about a subject that is
Emotional,
upsetting,
it's
then
okay to
that's
cry.
okay. Yeah.
Don't sob hysterically, but it's absolutely okay to do that. But
Like-
everybody lies all the time.
They lie
I
all
don't
the
care what anybody said.
They do. They lie all
So
the
if
time.
your ex is up there lying his ass or her ass off, don't sit by me, rolling your eyes, throwing your arms up, harumping. Just put your head down, suck it up, and swallow it,
Mhm.
basically. And once you walk out the courtroom, you can do whatever you want to.
Maybe out of the courthouse.
But judges will call you out in a
Yes.
second. And they'll call your family out. They'll call your girlfriends out in the back that are rolling their eyes at the,
Mhm.
the guy that screwed around on you. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ugh, yikes. Well, wow, this one seems pretty basic, but don't be late. I can't tell the number of times just from, opening up the office in the morning perspective generally. And I know it can vary from county to county, which is all the more reason to support the argument of it's very important you work with an attorney that knows the
Right,
county that your
right.
hearing's in. Don't be late. And, we open up at 8:30 and people will be calling us at 5 minutes to 9 saying, please reach out to my attorney so-and-so and let them know that I'm running behind. I got stuck in traffic and blah, blah, blah. Look that up the night before. Leave an extra
Yeah.
time. Like this hearing is not new news to
Judges-
you.
And it's going
not.
to start whether you're there. And I've had them start whether my client's there or not.
Yes. I've had that threatened to me. And I don't like it, but
Yeah.
get there on time.
Well, it says a lot. And think of it this way. It says a lot to the judge that
Mhm.
if this was important to you, like Jen said, you would have checked on how long it took you to get there. Where
Right.
am I going to park? What's this going to be? Well, how long is my walk? If you can't even do that,
Right.
then this must not be very important to you. And that's a horrible impression.
And there's 10, 20 other cases behind you of people that want to get heard, and
That's
they
right.
are there.
That's right.
And the
Mhm.
judges, seeing that you're late and it's your case is up and you're not there, like that's a drain on
On
resources,
resources.
and our resources are limited
Yeah.
for a lot of families that need court time and they don't get it.
Right.
Yeah. And I
Exactly.
mean, in courts, from what I hear you guys say constantly, courts always is so bogged down. I mean, how long is, let's say, in Wake County, like you got to schedule a hearing? I know it probably depends upon what kind of hearing it is, but how long is it for scheduling hearings out right now? Ish.
I always say it'd be good to get in within 6 months sometime.
Please.
Temporary hearings, you get a date as soon as you file for a temporary matter, such as custody or child support or post-separation support. But those cases are set on days where the time frame is really shortened, like you're
Mhm.
limited in time. So there's a good chance you'll get in for a temporary matter in the first few months,
Okay.
but it can be a while.
And there's the chance that can be continued, from what I understand.
To be continued, and then you're back at it again. And it's just, you want to be prepared the first time you go and hopefully just get heard and reached in court.
Which I can't, I mean, I know this is where we started with the don't be late, which still, don't be late. But the frustration for clients and for the legal team as well, for you guys, because you have to prepare. You don't know.
Everyone's frustrated in court. No one's
Yeah.
happy. Everyone's a loser.
Hey guys, it's Jen with New Direction Family Law. And if you've ever known a friend that's gone through some sort of a custody dispute, you can imagine how stressful it is. Or if you've gone through a custody dispute yourself. Child custody disputes can be one of the most stressful and exhausting times of divorce for you and your children. You know your children best, and it's important that you know your legal rights and options and have a say in what's in the best interest of your children. At New Direction Family Law, we have over 30 years experience protecting the rights of our clients in child custody matters. We aggressively advocate, we support, and we educate our clients to achieve the best possible outcomes. So if you're going through a child custody matter or you have a loved one that is, let us be strong for you so you can be strong for your children. Give us a call today at 919-719-3470 to schedule an initial consultation or reach out to us via our website at newdirectionfamilylaw.com.
No, you don't want to be there. If you can resolve issues outside of court, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why people break up and divorce, because they can't come to an agreement on things. So
Yep.
naturally, you do end up in court for a lot of reasons and on a lot of cases, and you have the judge and you have to respect that judge. It doesn't matter what I think of the judge, opposing counsel thinks of the judge, what anyone thinks of the judge. That person is making a big decision for your life, and you got to respect them.
Yeah.
And show up on time, be respectful, and answer, the questions asked of you. Don't be sassy with opposing counsel. As much, I'm a sassy person, so I understand.
I've seen sassy Sarah.
Yes,
I've
been sassy with my questioning of witnesses, and judges have, once or twice had to be like, Miss Hink, take it down a notch. So I get it.
But that's the kind of attorney you want there.
Yes, of course. But you have to respect the room that you're in and the people in it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got don't be late, don't lose control of your emotions, don't bring the kids to court. So kids, when you go into the courtrooms, there's going to be something on the door generally that says, and kids under 18, obviously kids are under 18, are not allowed in the courtroom. One, because you don't want to involve them in your litigation drama. Mm-hmm.
Two, you don't know what else they're going to hear in there from other people's cases. Obviously, there's cases where attorneys and their client decide they want to bring a child into court to either testify or talk to a judge. That's different. I always try to avoid that in my cases. I don't think children should be involved in that, but there are some certain scenarios where that might be a course of action you and your attorney decide to go. So that's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
But also going back to what we talked about before with child support enforcement, there's low-income people in there a lot of times, and they don't have childcare.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard, and it's something we have to try and balance, especially with the court system, to understand that, they can't afford childcare. They can't afford hardly anything, and they're here trying to, get their baby daddy pay some money, and they should.
I'm sorry, that noise scared me.
Send that money. Send that money on through.
Send it. That's right.
Yeah. So, it's like we said before, if you can afford attorneys, private attorney, then, don't bring your kids to court. You can probably get childcare or have someone look after them for you.
And, not waiting until the last minute. Generally, your hearing date a long way in advance.
Oh my gosh. A lot of times I feel like I care more about the case than my clients do.
Yeah. So hopefully being able to, find arrangements.
Get prepared.
Yeah. Knowing that far in advance whenever your hearing is.
Be prepared. Get your documents that we ask for and on time so we can prepare and have exhibits. I don't know how many times I've sent lists to clients weeks and weeks and weeks in advance of a hearing, and they print and bring that shit to court on the court date. And I'm like, I can't use this. I didn't see it till now. I don't have 4 copies of this. What are you giving me? Like, no.
Yeah. That's big because we even try. We try to do it from the inception of them becoming a client.
Right.
We send out an email welcoming them to the firm and introducing their legal team. And then also, here's a list of documents that we need you to provide.
Yes.
And we have a bold line in there. We cannot initiate any litigation until we have these documents. And they still don't do it.
No. Get your shit together. And I'll get mine together and we'll go do this together.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Elizabeth kind of touched on this earlier. She was, she's mentioned that everybody lies. But do be honest.
Yeah, you should be honest because you never know which lie you're going to get caught in. And if you get caught in the lie, that's like the worst thing for your case.
Yeah. And always be honest with your attorney out of court as well. In meetings, I know that we've had the instances where clients get up on the stand and then you guys got new news as they're reporting it live.
Yes.
In court.
And my face just drops. Again, back to needing more Botox to freeze it. Because sometimes I'm like, oh gosh. And I'm just like, get your face back, Sarah. Get it straightened out. Because your client, and you'll meet with them, you'll go over their testimony and you'll go over the questions. You'll go over the exhibits one by one through the notebook. And they get up there and it's like a completely different person shows up. And I understand that it's stressful, but take your time when you're on stand. Listen to the questions that are being asked of you. If it's your attorney, listen carefully and, answer just very directly. Don't go on tangents because your court case is timed and you might run out of time to present your case. When opposing counsel is asking you questions, don't make up answers. A lot of people feel like they have to answer the question. They have to tell this person what they want to hear. Just something that I think naturally just happens. But don't do that. Don't guess at what the answer is. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
And you'd have to remind me, ma'am, or I don't remember, or you're asking about a piece of paper. I don't remember what it says. Do you have, can I see it or something like that?
Yeah.
You don't make up answers.
Yeah. And you're not going into the hearing blindly without any direction. You guys meet with clients to do hearing prep meetings so they know what to expect. And, I would assume quickly, just kind of high level, what goes on in those hearing prep meetings? Like, what are you prepping your client for? Like how?
Well, the general flow of the case for court. You go through the exhibits. So I prepare exhibit notebooks and they're tabbed, and so they're familiar with what you're going to talk about, what you're going to see, what questions you're going to ask them about the document to get it into evidence. Because there's certain questions you have to lay the foundation for in a general overview. And I tell them I'm not going to prepare specific questions for you because that's not really how it is. It's going to be natural and flowing from your testimony, and it's your opportunity to tell the court your story. And then for the other side, we ask them questions after their attorney does their direct testimony, follow-up questions. And that's more of a listening to what they have to say, and then having evidence prepared to kind of catch them in a lie, like we talked about before. And how I mentioned before about not going off on a tangent when your own attorney asks you questions because you're timed. When opposing counsel asks you questions, go off on any tangent you want.
Use up that time.
Go to support your argument. So if they're trying to talk to you about one time that you sent a nasty, text, start talking about how he sent 12 nasty texts before that one. So you're kind of like flipping it back on them, and you're getting the opportunity to kind of like just go off.
Yeah.
Like, in a nice way. Not
Right.
Doesn't mean that
Again,
in a bitchy way.
Go back to controlling your emotions.
Yes.
Well, in all this, it sounds like not only do attorneys have to go to law school, but you guys also deserve Grammys. I feel like you guys got to go in there and be actors a little bit.
It's exhausting, but we love it. And we love, doing this for our clients, and we respect the judge and the system. We have a great community of judicial officials in Wake County and the surrounding counties, and all the attorneys that we work with, a great bar in Wake County. And that makes it a lot easier for us to go do these hard tasks. Recently I was in court, for a multiple day custody trial. And my client was like, "Oh, damn, I know why you guys drink." And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know.
As we sit here with wine glasses on our table.
I don't go out and drink every night. But they're noticing that it's stressful and that we do is hard. And, it can be, but, listen to your attorney. We're the ones that have experience in the courtroom. And when you go there that day, it's going to be stressful. It's going to be hard. Get whatever rest you can. Don't be hungover, though. Don't feel like you're going to drink a bunch of wine and sleep. Because you don't sleep when you drink a bunch of wine. That's just something I've learned in my age.
It's
be rested.
Be well rested. And also, if you're going to bed, to get well rested. We were inspired by today's pet topic by something we saw on TikTok, because we now have, as New Direction Family Law, a TikTok account. So go follow us on TikTok, shameless plug.
Yeah.
And you can learn all kinds of fun stuff. Apparently there's divorce talk, #divorce talk.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen to your attorney, wear some good clothing, and ain't that some
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to leave us a review. You can visit us at newdirectionfamilylaw.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at the exitstrategy_podcast, or email us at exitstrategy@newdirectionfamilylaw.com. We'll be back next time with more no bullshit content about life, divorce, parenting, relationships, and everything in between.